What you know about that? That's what I'm talking about. That's some intro music. Am I right? Is it just me? Is it because it's Sunday? Are you not there yet with me? You know, we have a guest tonight. Everybody knows this guy worldwide. Kind of something like an AI celebrity, and someone who I call one of my very best friends in this place, this rock we live on. And I'm excited because he's usually just monitoring the YouTube lives, ready to pull the plug on me if I go crazy, which he's maybe or maybe not have done a time or two. But if you can, help welcome Mr. Asta to the stage. What's going on, my friend? So good to see you.
All good. Thank you for having me. It's been a minute.
You've been working out since the last time I see you broadening up. I see.
Yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit. That's on my agenda. I'm going to build me an agent that's just going to make me Mr. Buff. Mr. Buff. How about that? Mr. The Bot. The Buff Bot Man. That should be a brand for someone, by the way. I just gave someone $1 million idea. You're welcome.
Boom.
Is anybody out here with us? We've got the lovely Kim, who's the content, AI content generation queen, motivational, educational extraordinaire. So good to have you. We've got the OG himself, Mr. Charles Mack. I'll say this, arguably, don't get mad at me, PMG or CBB, but arguably one of the most creative people that I've met on this journey, and grateful to know founder, one of our founders at PMG. Love you, man. And you're on here, and you got to be on here next. We got quite a few people on the list now, thankfully. So we're gonna have some more fun episodes. Maybe we'll have this guy on there. What's going on? It's another partner of ours. Good to see you. And then Asta, obviously, he's like slick. He just left a comment and he didn't even have to type. He's, that's the next stage of AI. You're not gonna even have to prompt anymore. You're just gonna think, and then comments appear, just like Asta did. How did he do that? And he did it again. All right, I'm not gonna be so silly. We've got to shout out the legends when we do see them, though. So DM Digital, my man, good to see you, dude. From Fiji to Florida to Georgia to South Carolina, all the way to Canada. What is going on, Miss Mears? So good to see you. Robert, Mr. MCP. Oh my God, dude. If that's not taken, buy it right now. And if you don't, I will. We'll be off of this video. One of us will own that domain. Mr. MCP. That could be. Oh, you think it's taken? Danny's already searching. Danny already has found out, by the way. DM Digital. He's already found out if Mr. MCP is taken. Get it even if it's got the hyphen in it. Who cares? Long hair, don't care. President Bush is in the house. Can't wait to see what he's got cooking. And Claudia, I love Claudia. This is going to be so much fun. Thank you guys for joining us. We've got Royalty, the AI bot queen. You're the AI agent queen. You're just the AI queen at this point. Wendy, we love you so much. Francisco, this dude is just like blowing up. Your AI videos, bro, are getting so legit. I'm like, I had to stop. I'm like, did he generate that, or is it a real one? Not that either one is so better than the other. However, I do think that maybe this will be the time where in my life, my country accent and ways differentiate me from the AI clones that can't get the country right. Maybe you know what I'm saying. There's going to be a big urge, there's all seriousness. As much as we love AI and have mastered AI and what it is today, and in so many ways, and we'll show you some of the things, there's always going to be a need, I believe. Been wrong many times, but a need for that human connection, and that trust. I think that's going to be something that'll always be in demand, one way or the other. Where's Wendy? She's out on the beach, probably with pineapple pina colada, watching from her phone. No, I'm just kidding. She's exhausted. She and her amazing son, who's gonna literally be a superstar. I'm not gonna talk about our family all this, but everyone knows her son is legitimately a rock star. And I think they're like jet lagged or something. So I did not expect her to be here. PD Pablo in the house. What is going on? And Anna, oh man, we got all the fun people. Okay, I better stop jabbing around before people decide to be like, okay, this is just a fan club here. We're going to talk about some things. She's here. Yeah. The hyphen makes it look, oh, look at that. Mir already investigated Mr. MCP's available. I can almost guarantee by the time this show is over, Andy, I'm his fan. That's right. I'm his fan. Andy's Wendy's son's name. He was like literally, like, I'm not saying this just because Wendy's the VP and also like my best friend. Andy's like literally a musical talented genius. He's big on TikTok. You won't find another young man that's just so, man, he's amazing. He really is amazing. Miss MCP is available for Wendy. Buy it for her and I'll pay you back at a fair price. All right. So I want to talk about some things. We had a cool little thumbnail for those of you that caught that. AI is there's a new way to build AI and a new way to build AI systems. Even though that we're sure that Asta spent hours on that thumbnail in Photoshop and Adobe InDesign, and like there's had to be many man hours put into that thumbnail, or he could have just generated it with AI. I'm assuming that's what we did. And it's little things like that, guys, that just like the iPhone, didn't take over I'm not an Android hater. Let's just call it the Android iPhone world. This didn't happen overnight. And there's going to be some people here watching that remember this thing called, and I'm not talking about the fruit, I'm talking about the BlackBerry that had the the big keyboards, right? And this was never going to go away. You had to have a keyboard, right? It took a long time for the iPhone revolution to actually be known as that. And, for those of you that know, Apple was, the underdog and still is in a lot of ways. I see this now in the same thing with the .com deal. I see it now as we've been right on a lot of things, luckily, because we're surrounded by you guys, the smart people, the grounded people that are paying attention. But I feel like we are in the process of things slowly getting kind of just a daily part of your life, whether you realize it or not, whether you count it or not. You're probably using ChatGPT or Claude, or in interacting in some way with AI on a daily basis. Okay, 3 years ago, I can almost guarantee it was not on a daily basis. I can almost guarantee it. And 40 years ago, I can guarantee it because it didn't exist yet in the way it does. Anyone else that's like, all the people that say they've got 20 years of LLM experience, okay, number one, that's probably baloney. Okay, hello. But number two, if it is the case, the thing that changed everything was GPT-3, really, and 3.5. And so everyone starts from a new finish line. And so for those of you that have been with us, and I bet met Asta back in, what was it, 2022, late 2022, something like that. Yeah. We have understood and have followed our gut. This is AI is, what we could not deny is the future of AI is only going up from here. It's only going to become more important from here. And our philosophy has been for a long time, you can count on these two things in times of like total uncertainty like we're in with AI, is businesses are going to exist. They're going to have customers. They're going to have to communicate. And if we know that business communication is always going to exist, and we know that AI is only going to be more adopted, it's a very safe bet to bet on yourself, and if you are creative and motivated, to deploy these AI systems early and take advantage, like so many of you have, and so many of you want to, how we've been able to do that. And that's kind of why we're here. But it's all changed now. How did your first experience, Asta, with a flow builder work? Can you remember back when you first created your first flow? It was probably the comment tool, if I can recall our first experience together. But what was it like building your first chatbot or AI agent, or building a flow? Can you tell us something like that?
Yeah, of course. I remember when we first started building out the systems, we needed a welcome flow, the default reply, and at the time, yes, the comment reply system. I remember trying to figure out the individual pieces that needed to go in to make that whole thing work. Starting out with the default reply, building that first, which was the brain. The amazing part in back then, even with Chatbot Builder AI, was that that system in itself was already so far ahead than anything I'd used previously, right? So it was so much more easier to use. So I remember building it all out, and then once you had the structure, the foundation, then you would start adding little things on. Like, for example, you start with the welcome message, the default reply, and if you wanted to add on the comment reply, you would build it out next, so on and so forth, collecting names, emails, addresses, things like that. But it was definitely a process where you had to think through it. You had to understand, first of all, what the goal was, and then the easiest way to get there, and how you could do it with Chatbot AI. But I remember putting quite a few hours into the first build that I did.
A couple. I mean, it's changed so much, even pre-Chat GPT. For me, for Wendy, for many of you out there watching, most likely you've come from a platform like a call it voice flow. If you're in one subset, ManyChat is the most popular still messenger platform chat maybe. They were the first to really have a really great flow builder that people could understand. And there are some people, especially in the digital marketing space, that could see opportunity in technology, and this was like the most cutting edge thing back in like 2016 or 17. Chatfuel is the one I was thinking of. Creating these flows, these paths, using these nodes, sometimes using external requests, this logic that some people's brains have just been wired to be good at or be interested in. It was like a dream come true, myself included, and then there's a difference, and I found this out, and I think most people do that actually remain in the game. There's so many people that come and go, so many people that think they're on the top, and then they don't pay attention and or take the wrong path, and now they're not relevant. But when it comes down to it, we've rolled with how the changes have come our way. And so at the same time, you've got these platforms like a VoiceFlow where they came out as a prototyping tool. I don't believe their initial intent was to be a platform to deploy things into the real world. It was like mapping out the concept and then handing it off to the engineers or the developers. ManyChat was anyone could make a comment tool flow or an email capture flow with static messaging and find value in that. That was like the secret. And I look at that and I'm thinking, this is great. And now we're here with AI World, and Danny, who's with us, we've come to a place where we had the conversation, I think in 2023, like, bro, we're about to enter a time of no flows. Like the flow won't matter. Like, and that has been the whole chatbot, that has been the whole agent, whatever you want to refer to it to. A chatbot is what we would typically call it. And it was a thing that like he had to come see me in person. It was a really fun thing. We have a video about it, but the concept just was not acceptable at the time. And so now we have people that they're experts at building complex flows. And then we've got the other side of the world with the innate bros. And they love 100 nodes. They want to like the flex is like, bro, you know how many nodes I got, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I got 15,000 nodes, all different colors. Like, okay, hope nothing breaks, buddy. Like, all jokes aside. And now, and so many people, I think, came to CBB because of this. The prompt is the power. The power is in the prompt. Yeah. And that's something that, like, still to this day blows my mind, that we can type something I always dreamed about. Like, literally, I sound so nerdy. I always dreamed about typing something in Microsoft Word, write a thing about this, boom, and then it's done. And my mind's just totally exploded since ChatGPT, the API stuff came out. And now we're at the next step. So I'm going to shut up for a minute. I'm sure people are like, shut up, Ryan. Asta's turn. But like you explained, it took an hour to build your first flow or so. And, that's faster than most people. So kudos there.
Way faster.
Now we're in the age of prompting is still very powerful if you've got the right tools connected. And so can you tell people what it's like to build a workflow that's in your mind? Picture the flow on the canvas or multiple flows, however, Google Sheets, whatever. What are some of the ways that you're using the new way to build AI systems? How does it look?
I can give you a real life example of the most recent client discussion that I had. I went over to a construction business. I can't say the name or anything like that, but we discussed and I recorded the entire conversation of our meeting with their, permission, of course. And we discussed all the different things that they wanted, the pain points, what they're kind of like aiming towards to within the next 6 months. And after the meeting was done, I went home, I took it, I got it transcribed, I actually used, I think it was Cloud Code for that. I just got it transcribed. And then I dropped it in to Claude and I said, hey, so this is where we are. This is what the clients want. How can we build this out with PayMeGPT? And it started listing everything, right? And I was like, okay, cool. So let me tell you this, what is the easiest thing to start building on? Like, where do we start and move on to the next step? And it gave me the example, like the widget, the landing page, the Google Sheet for collection, all of that stuff. And he built it out within 2 minutes. I checked it, clicked the Google Sheet, it was working, on to the next step. I had the entire thing built out and ready to show the client within 30, 40 minutes. And that was because I went to eat something and come back.
Because you had to like make stops. So like now, and here's where, and Kim, we had a super late night VIP Discord thing last night, and Kim brought up a great point, and it's the knowledge that you gained over time. I don't know if Marissa's here with us. She's just like, when I think conversational designer, she's like one of the best and understands the technicalities, where so many of the younger folks, they born with a silver spoon in their mouth with these prompt bots. You know what I'm saying? But like, I do want to agree with her and make clear the OGs in this game and the people that are technical. And if you are a developer, and you should not feel as if your talents and your knowledge are not as valid as they were before AI is here. So we do have to accept, and I see it every day. People want to fight me in comments. I don't fight. I just might just drop some rage bait every now and then, but it's like AI is going to be able to do that better than how you say you're going to do that. And it's like, I get that you're a super expert in this domain, and maybe it's not right now, but like, do you think it won't be next year? So like, instead of fight it, and instead of like have your head in the sand and be like, no, I'm not even going to pay attention to that because I'm better. It's like, why don't you just use the tool to become better anyways? Like, use the tool. If it's wrong about whatever, assume it won't be wrong eventually. It's ingesting your data probably, and like, use it to be better, scale more, make more money, be more efficient, save more time. And that's kind of like what I'm most interested in now, is I think that the people that know how to build the most complex things are also great at prompt engineering, and they probably were as soon as ChatGPT came out. And now that mindset needs to shift in, how does my prompt result in the lead mechanism that I need, the flows that I need, the alerts that I need for my team and the client, whatever that may be. I think that while some people are going to unfortunately have an identity crisis, which everyone is like going to feel that at some point, if you're optimistic, motivated, and creative, I think this is the best time for you to ever succeed, even though people that have essentially no experience, and if you're watching this and you have no experience, that's cool. Welcome. You're not so far behind, and you're watching us. Obviously, these are the biggest nerds in the game. You can understand, if you can articulate the results that you want, you can literally use the tools today and achieve that. And I think a really good way, and let's make sure. I'm so bad about not looking at the comments when I need to. So if you can see those, Asta, let me know if I need to bust something out there. But I have an idea, because this is something that, like, literally, this is exactly real life. This really happened. This was a exact real scenario. I'm going to try to like recreate it so you can understand how it worked. Okay, so I need you to generate an image of a screenshot of an email, and it's all hypothetical, but the email is a request for a new website for a local mayor of Hilton Head. And it's the current mayor, actually, of Hilton Head, who needs this website and social media campaign and blah, blah, blah. But for now, let's focus on the website. What I want you to do is create this image of the screenshot of this website request and make it look as real as possible. I would say, I don't think ChatGPT can do this. If you run a tool call and it's an image inside of their system, Claude could do this. I should have used Claude. But it's going to make the image. It should have it could have research who the mayor is, because it's not going to most likely know. But this is going to be an email. And so the reason I'm doing this is this happened to me. And for those of you that are, especially in PMG, I shared as much as I could with you guys, not to say, oh, look at me, but to show you guys, and here's the proof every step of the way. Here's how you could legitimately do it. And this is what will really hurt the feelings of web developers and website people and chatbot people alike that don't understand this is possible. And they could spend 2 or 3 hours to do something and not have it equate to what you can do with the method I'll show you right here. Well, funny enough, this is the current mayor. Okay, I hope you're doing well. So imagine this is the lead, or the request that comes in. This happened this year 3 times. And so here's what they wanted. The current house outdated. We need strategic social media, blah, blah, blah. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to save this. I'm not going to share it. That would be bad. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to go into my homie Claude. What up, Claude? And I am going to use Haiku, because I don't want to spend all the money in the world for this. And I don't think we need to. That's the point I also want to try to prove. So here's what we're going to do. All right, listen up. So you're live on YouTube with me. And so be careful with sensitive information that you spout out in this conversation related to our previous commitments and clients. But we just got a new one. And so what I want you to do is check out this email that I got. And the first thing that we need to do is we need to make an agent. And then that agent's going to be embedded on the website that I need you to create right now using our tools. I need you to go ahead and put that thing on GitHub. And then before you do anything, obviously, research all the good things that are accurate related to what the dude has accomplished so that we can make the website really good. And we're definitely going to need to capture leads. So this dude's never going to log into the app. Go ahead and create a Google sheet. And to populate that sheet, you're going to need to make a flow. And that flow is going to have a webhook enabled so that when the website contact form that you create using super gangster custom code, that flow is going to trigger and populate that Google sheet. And then I want a text message every single time that happens. I want you to do this as autonomous as possible and don't make any mistakes. You got to add that part in there. Sorry for that long-windedness. And when I do my keyboard like that, I can't hear anything. So it's just shut up, Ryan. But I want to this is the prompt. I want to actually take this and we'll do something else while this goes. Should we use Haiku or should we use Sonnet? I think we should use Haiku just to see.
Let's see how it pumps it up.
Triangulating.
Mia says all the people studying prompt packs crying now. Watch this happen.
Yo, I'm locked in. Drop that email. I'm not seeing it. Oh, I not? Okay, I forgot to include the email, the screenshot. So here's what I'll do. I'm just gonna paste it again and actually include the email. So that's the first human error. Here we go. So this is all right. So literally, guys, the reason I'm showing you this is because it wasn't this person, and I know this person. He's very nice. He does a very good job. But this literally happened to me, and this is exactly what I did. Screenshot of the email, the whole email, drop the mug right into old Clotty boy. And now look, orchestrated multi-step workflows. Says, all right, I got you. Live stream mode engaged, 0 mistakes. So look what he's doing.
Wild.
What's happening is, and I saw this in another Facebook group, shout out Mark. He's still asking if people are writing things out on paper. And if that's you, that's you. But I wish I had the meme. I ain't got time for that. Okay. So what's happened now, that agent that I needed, it's already been created. Okay. It's already been created. Boom. The widget is live. Perfect. Now let's make the flow. Let me create the Google Sheet. You have to have the Google Sheet first. And it's going to make all the headers. The Google Sheet's important to have first because it's going to have the Google Sheet ID. That Google Sheet ID is needed to create the flow that, hollers at Google, says throw it here. So bam, sheet created. You see, this isn't even just me anymore. It says bam, sheet created. I love how Claude's obviously invited to my barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Claude's invited everywhere. So now we've got the flow locked and we've got the webhook enabled. The webhook is the secret sauce, right? Like it's what makes the wings taste good is the sauce. This is what makes this good. Anyone can make a little static HTML website these days with a prompt. They can't make data go here, there, and every which way, and then alert people. So now it's building it on GitHub. Let's build the GitHub pages deal here. So in this case, what it's going to do is it's going to, I guess, try to build it in Claude first. And I might stop it. Should I stop it? Let's see. So I think it's making it here as an artifact, but I'm pretty sure we can just tell it to just, all right, use PayMeGPT instead. And it's going super slow. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to say stop. And I'm going to be just use the create landing page tool inside of our available tools instead of all this mess. Let's see. It might have completed. Did it complete it? It did complete it actually. Let's see can we see what it looks like? No, just publish as an artifact. Oh, here we go. So it did do it. That really sucks, by the way. That's your haiku website. That's your haiku website. Yeah. Triangulating. Here's old Claude. Done the simplest path. Okay, there's the thing. What you need, create a new landing page. Claude, we looked at this last night in Discord and it was so funny. It was just I don't know how to do that. So what I think I'll do, we could copy it. Let's also just go ahead and go to our settings. And just for good measure, where's our connectors at? Let's go to our connectors here and just refresh them. All right, cool. So we see all that's good. I think see create landing pages right there. So let's see if we can find it again. All right, I know I asked a lot and I know you got a lot of pressure because YouTube's watching, but go ahead, big boy, and check those tools again. We have a lot of them. And I'd rather you go ahead and use our own native MCP tools to create this website. And as a matter of fact, use Grok to generate it. This is something else that's really fun and interesting and not something that you'll be able to do with what the big labs are trying to provide. They want you to stay in their ecosystems and be forced to use their tokens. And, that is a lock-in you don't want. You don't want to be locked in by a model. So look, it says, there we go. Let me create this thing. So I just had to spank Claude a little bit on the hiney. You know what I'm saying? And he was just misbehaving. And so now look, he's using Grok. So that we'll be using the latest 4.5 from Grok. If not, is it 4.5? and it's
Yeah.
creating the landing page how we need now, which is exactly what we want.
Gangster.
Yep, it's the widget ID here. It's already, maybe it's already, it'll be done soon enough. It used Grok. It created that prompt. It's going to look way better than this trash that Claude made. Good job. It's submitted. And now what's happening is that AI is generating on the server side. So even though we're in Claude, you know, and, you know, Claude and you know, Grok, Musk, Anthropic, they're getting along again. If you follow them, they're like bros again. So this is cool. What we're doing is we're using Claude to generate a website. We've already made the flow. We already made the Google Sheet. We already made the agent. And we're just now making the website because that's what the screenshot called for. And it's just using Grok to do that, which is fun. So it's waiting for it to go. Because this is going to be, it's telling you 15 to 30 seconds, might take up to a minute, but it's generating. And we will be able to see like just how fun that this is. Okay, let me check on the job again. Meanwhile, I think what we can do is let's go ahead, because Mir had this question. Let's do this. Let's say, check out this website we're making, and we need to create a super awesome video to post on social media after the dude approves it. And we're thinking it needs to be like 30 seconds long. Maybe you could use Seed Dance if you want. I don't know, but choose the best video model that we have. And I want like 5-second clips. That way it's like dramatic and cinematic and powerful and stuff. And I want you to have all those clips so I can view each of the URLs. But in the meantime, you're going to need to merge those together so that it's one video. I want you to have some super hype, pumped up, get ready to vote music that you got to generate in the background. And then obviously you're going to need to have a script that's powerful, short, direct, and punchy that goes along with it. And let me see it when you're done. Make sure everything is merged perfectly. I think we should probably do it in the Reels ratio format. Those get more views. And let's burn in the captions, and I think probably like size 14 font would be good. So the website and all the other stuff's cooking. It's probably already done, but we got to get the social media stuff done too, because that was part of the request. The site's outdated and they need a strategic social media campaign. Okay, so I'm going to open that up. So it's the same screenshot, just a different direction, but a ton of different things that we're asking for all at once. So we'll send it. That's what they say to do. Let's check out on our homie. Look. So it looks like we're all done. Look at this, dude. So again, this was what Claude Haiku made. Let's see what it looks like with yeah. So this is way better. This is talking more about Hilton Head. So what we need to do is we need to say the website that you made was good, but it was all about Hilton Head, and it needs to be about the campaign and the dude who's running. So what I want you to do is research online all of the good, awesome gangster stuff we can talk about this dude and get people to hyped up to vote for him again. And then regenerate it, but this time instead of Grok, let's use OpenAI. All right, so now I'm switching and I'm doing the thing that like Sam Altman would be. He'd be like, don't do that. That's not fair. but this is totally fair. We're going to be using Claude. We're going to remake the website. And in this case, we're going to have OpenAI be the LLM that generates the thing. And so it did get confused. And so like it found Doug, who's like, we don't need to do anything with Doug. It's this one. And so I'm going to be like, sorry, you got confused, but this is the one that you're supposed to be doing. Or I maybe had the other chat. Let's see. Yeah, no, that should be this one. So now he's going to look at the email again, clarifying the unclear deal, reconciling. Oh, Ryan showed me already sent it. Maybe he's misinterpreting the thing. Okay, got it. My bad. Caught the momentum. That's the original request from the So let's see what this is looking like. Discover Hilton Head. So it's like it didn't understand that there's our Hilton Head assistant. Okay, so I'm going to explain it. I'm going to say the whole purpose of the website is for his re-election campaign. It's not a thing for Hilton Head. So now, unless you want me to spank you like a bad but misbehaved child, you got to redo everything. Start all over and understand this is for an election thing. And again, this is a human error probably, because I'm reaching out. It doesn't say anything about, look, increase engagement, keep social thing. They didn't say it was like for an election thing. So that was my fault. Roger that. I'm a dummy. We're built. No, he keeps on saying Doug. So here's what I'm going to do. No, we need to create an agent and all that other stuff I said. And this is for the mayor who's running for re-election. That's the concept. Okay. And I think now we'll get exactly what we want. Let's see what kind of response he gives us. Mulling. Thinking about the development. Clarifying the scope. Oh, wait, I'm confused. Got it. Right. Running for re-election. It's totally the fault. Like, so here we go. Watch this. We'll make it better. Regenerate it and clarify that this is a re-election request. So all the same things, but he's trying to get re-elected. And that's what the email needs to be about. That's what happens when you don't. So here's something like, and for those of you that are smarter than me, and there's probably a lot of you are, we got 28 million people watching right now. For those that like say they run agents, and I'm not disbelieving you at all, believe me. But for those of you that are like running projects or like doing something 24/7 or whatever, or 21 hours, still believe in humans, man. I've got to be in the loop. You know, the less in the loop I've got to be, obviously, is the goal. But in this case, and obviously this is a live demo, so like everything's going to go a funny way. I feel like you got to understand a little bit about what's going on, even if it's just like plain English check-ins. All right, so now this is a re-election campaign. It's going to be a totally different thing, which will be great. And so while this is cooking, it's generating with OpenAI, what I will do, just to like give it a real fair shake, I'm going to just copy and paste the same thing again, copy. And let's bust it over here and add the image, and let's let them run. All right, so boom. And now let's do the same thing with ChatGPT. Let's see how they perform against each other. So with ChatGPT, the one difference that you've got is you do have to, like, it's best to call out the connector that you want to use. So I've highlighted that, but I'm going to use the same exact prompt, and I'm going to use the same image, which is about the election stuff. All right, and then we will hit run it. In the comments, which do you think will perform better? I would love to know your predictions. We could also do Grok too. Let's do Grok and do the same thing. Is our connector there? Yes. So sometimes Grok is like silly about not knowing to use the connector. So I'm going to say important. Use the PayMeGPT tools. And then it's the same. I'm going to give Grok a little bit of a leg up. Sue me. Or actually don't. But like, I'm just going to give a little bit of help there just because I don't use Grok in this way so much. But here's the screenshot, and let's just see what it does. And so I've got all three of the main agents that really are in use. Gemini doesn't have custom connectors yet, but we would, as soon as they do, we'll integrate. So I've got Grok cooking. He's thinking about the request. ChatGPT, look, the Alan Perry re-election campaign assistant. already gangster, and you can scan this if you want. This is an advantage of using our MCP app connector. And if you're a white label agency partner, obviously you have this too. So I know everyone does love Claude. Claude's cool. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really like him so much at first, but he's grown on me. He's like that friend that you're not friends with in the beginning of school year, but like by the end of it, you're like, oh man, we're homies. Or maybe that's just me. But like that's kind of a cool thing. And it should still be doing stuff. So now look, it's creating a flow with an SMS alert. I'm figuring out how to send the SMS alert. Let's see if Claude's still running. So look, now Claude, I think, has already done all the things maybe. Deploying. But see, it's like confused, like not using the landing page tool how we like need it to, like all the other ones will. So it's running the command here, enable GitHub pages. Let's see if it's gonna do it. Create the summary. Let's see if it worked. Here's the output, 28,000 lines. That's how big the website is. So look, okay, so cool. All of the agents, they are successfully creating agents or a widget. They're successfully creating the flows, which is great. Look at all of look, we didn't even have to tell it to. It already searched the web. It searched for government, the index. So like this is where I think Grok has a huge advantage. They do, in my opinion, they do have the best search. Look, they search Facebook pages. Also, 15, 9, 5 resources.
Don't sleep on Grok.
And so this is 2 minutes in. Okay. Let's see where OpenAI is at. Let's see where they're cooking. So creating the flow. So it's still it's going for 3 minutes. It's saying planning the flow step, worked, creating the flow, work done. It says it's done. Okay, boom, it's done. How long did it say how long it took? 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Okay, so let's open up, let's view the live campaign website. Protecting our island. Doing it. Look, here's the chat widget. How you like that? How you like that? What progress has been made during this term? Okay. That was fast too. So it's coming with information. Not bad. Not bad for a single prompt, homie. Let's look at the deal here. I'm gonna say the streets, man. Streets. They don't need anything else. Ask about me. I want a yard sign for the streets. I like your website. You should have had a picture of yourself on there so people know what you look like. And I agree to be contacted by the thing. So I'll send the thing. And what should happen is this will submit. And unlike the basic websites, we need to have a little thank you message there. That's an OpenAI fix. But because that was a custom form, we should be able to now see where's the Google Sheet at. Do we see the lead pop in? Continue. Oh my gosh. So secure. It gotta be though. I get it. Will it let me just not type it? Okay, cool. All right, Gucci man. Let's see if our entry's in there. And there it is. So look, it did. That's good. It did a test, and it did. It got my entry, and it missed some of these custom fields, and that's not so horrible because we can fix it. Like literally have it be fixed. So what I'll do is I'll do this. Here's how you do it. This is the best way. All right, not bad for your first time, but I noticed that when I submitted the contact form, I didn't get a feel-good message that everything was all Gucci. It was just a blank screen, which is a fail. Also, go ahead and do your thing and check that Google Sheet because your test entry worked, but when I did it, it didn't work. So you missed something there. And so normally it would be you, the chatbot builder, the AI architect, you going in there and debugging the thing. You probably would have already tested it first, maybe without even that first test. I don't do that anymore. That's silly. You don't need to do that. So now it's reading the sheet. It got the spreadsheet ID. It's checking the information, and it's going to see its entry was perfect while ours was missing information here. It did get the most important stuff, which is good, but I'm pretty sure I did have all this filled in. It'll fix that probably in one shot. Let's look and see what this is looking like. Look, okay, cool. So it made the strategy here, or no, it's telling us what it did. Okay, cool. File's ready to download. So it's giving me all these things to download. I don't want to download that. I don't want to do that. I want to just be like, all right, instead of all that, how about you just do the right thing and use our MCP tool to create the landing page and then push it to GitHub instead of making everything complex. And then it's just going to be, oh, thinking about the concerns. Oh, wow, Ryan's right. I know I'm right. Dummy. Duh. I know I'm right. So look what it's using. It chose to use Claude Sonnet 5, which is cool. Let's check on Grok if he's made it okay. Okay, so we got the Google Sheet. Done. Research complete. Google Sheet, Flow webhook, AI full. And okay, and here's the website. Oh, look, he's even got a picture. That does look like a Hilton Head chick too. That's funny. Let's see. Let's have him add the form. This is not our AI. We want our AI in there. I think when Claude actually does its thing, it will produce the best product. Got it. Landing page is live here. Now pushing. Mayor Aaron Perry. So here's my info. Supporter, volunteer. I might donate some money too, bro. And then I can send that off and then get my text messages, obviously. So I do get my text. It says, thank you for reaching out. We received your information and our campaign will follow up. So let's see what like actually has been built. There is the website. Here is the widget editor. Let's see what the agent looks like. Here is the Alan Perry agent. Let's look at his prompt. Here's the prompt that it gave. Pretty simple prompt. Let's look at the flow that it made, the flow editor page. Here's our flow. We've got Google Sheets. We've got, it didn't get my number here, so I'd missed this text message. And this, again, this is Haiku. And then we've got, so this is a text message, I guess. Oh, so it would be one to the person that filled out the form and the other to, I guess, the person that filled it out. Let's look at the flow from Google here, or from Grok here. Where are we at? Let's check these comments here in a second too. Here's the flow ID. GitHub. I'm just gonna be like, just give me the flow to click on so I can edit it. Let's see if it can throw us the right link. Thinking about my request. You don't got to think so hard. Searching the web. See, this is where like Claude doesn't do that. Claude doesn't like mistake things like I'm going to search the web first, unless they're just like trying to get you on the tokens. Okay, look, this is the way I like flows. This is the way I like them. You can't like, I like it where you can't mess them up. So it looks like the Grok website was the one that looks, yeah. So look, and so look at the difference, guys. The same prompts in both, all three of these agents, same exact prompt, no difference. I gave Grok the slightest little push to like use the tools versus like try to like do things on their own because their creators think that they're better. But all of the custom fields popped in, okay, and then we got the SMS here. The 2 number that actually might have went to Alan Perry.
Oh, yo,
that's hilarious. I guarantee you. And he's texting AI back. Luckily, I know this guys. It's okay. That's living on the edge, baby. Okay, and so new lead. He just got a new lead. I have to call him after this. This is gold. You can't beat this. I wish I could have thought to make that up myself. But so that's excellent. And then who did we miss any other flow? Where's old Chat GPT Tizzle at? Chat GPT. Okay, the corrected website. Let's look what he did. Our island. So yeah, at least Chat GPT brought up the widget, which was good. Let's see if it fixed the form or if it was lying. I'm just testing you, man. I agree. Send it. Oh, I did forget. I don't think it updated. I did forget to add the neighborhood that time too. So it did reach the Google Sheet, but only your name. I corrected the da-da-da-da-da, and an updated website is live. Your original row is still in the sheet. Let's check on our video. Our 30-second video. Look at this. So here's what we've got here. So keep in mind, guys, the effort I've put in has been speaking into the microphone, giving like crappy instructions, but like, here, do these things, you know. And here's the direct email after I screwed that up the first time. I apologize. Here's the email. Here's the client request, and here is the scope. Basically, here's what I need. It did everything. From here, you iterate, make things better. If it's not going to be perfect, imagine a year from now, you don't have your head in the sand, so you're watching this understanding, holy crap, I hope it did all of these things. And if I went into WordPress or Webflow or any of these other tools, this would take all day to do. It would take me 2 minutes to get the WordPress even just set up before I even was able to do anything. Here, we've done it all. And we even have the clips. Let's look at the first clip. Whoa, dude.
That's Fiji.
The water's a little blue for Hilton Head. Our water looks a little dirtier, to be honest. It's healthy water. People mistake that. Our water's healthy. It just looks like it's dirty. Let's see what the next one is. That's definitely Fiji.
Bro, I'm telling you, this is Fiji. This whole
that's like a sandbar, but those are the wrong palm trees. Waterfront development. Yeah, those buildings don't exist, but they could. It looks like it could. Downtown dining. So I wonder what model it used. Let's see which one it did use. Show me which one did you use? Where'd you use? I don't know if it used Seedance or not. So they did music for 11 Labs. We'll hear that. Where are the clips? Did it say Seedance? Let's just ask it. So instead of me just,
yeah.
I want to say it was. If I had to guess, I would say that was probably Gemini. But let's see, which video model did you use for those clips? Let's see what it says. Clarifying which video model was used. Grok was used. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Grok, because it crushes it in cinematic stuff. I'm gonna be like, let's take our chances and use the Seedance thing now. Do the same thing, and maybe what you should do also is use ChatGPT Image 2 to generate the first frame for each of the 5 clips that you recreate. And in the prompt, be sure that accuracy is of utmost importance. We don't want to show a building that doesn't exist, for example. And then I'll show you one more thing that we could do. Let's find a picture of old Alan Perry. I don't mean to say that in a bad way. He's a super good guy. Alan Mayer Perry Hilton Head. Yeah, I'll leave for now. And the reason I'm going to do this, let's use this one. I could probably use the link address, but what I'll do is I'll show you guys how, like, the real foolproof way you could do it. And it's an advantage that you have. You could save the picture. In this case, I just used a screenshot. But what I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to go to my tools and my reference library, and I'm going to add that image. And it'll be in my screenshots here. And so that's uploading. And then what I'll do is I'll edit it and I'll say Mayor Alan Perry, portrait of the mayor. All right, cool. And I'm going to copy that in there. And I'm going to say, also, let's be sure to use this portrait of Alan somewhere in that video. And again, accuracy is important. Here's the image of him. All right, and let's watch this one work for a minute, I think.
I hope Claude doesn't say
About the concerns with the request. Thinking
see?
about the concerns. Like that, I promise you, this is, however, I need to think of this carefully. It knows that I've done, so this is something important. And for you guys that are listening, I'm going to try to make this, do this the right way. I want you to understand something. So a lot of people really love Claude and it's got a lot of hype right now. In my opinion, and take Musk's out of it if you want to, and just look at it as a product. I think, in my opinion, Grok is doing way more stuff and people just don't see it. And it's the newest one available. And I think it has probably the most, like, maybe not short term. And short term is weird. Like when I say short term, like 6 to 8 months, long term, like 2 years, I think has the best chance to do some amazing things. And what I hope when Musk is involved in the equation, the thing that I can respect, although there's going to be consequences when used badly, it's not going to necessarily just tell you no. I want to know in the comments. And ChatGPT does it too. You know, and sometimes it's like it should do it, I guess. But how many times has it happened or has it not happened where an LLM, no matter what it is, just literally told you, no, I'm not going to do that, or I can't do that, even though you know it can? How many times has it just like essentially refused? Asta, has it ever happened to you? Have you ever, and obviously don't incriminate yourself, but have you tried to get something done and then be like, no, I'm just not going to do that, or no, or I can't do that because of XYZ?
There was this one time when Claude was just not getting it, and I literally told him, I said, yo, I'm tired. I need this done like right now. And he said, well, your health rest is more important. So I refuse to help you any further. Go get some rest and come back in the morning.
I refuse to help you any further.
Yo, I was like, I'm giving you money, do the damn thing. And he was like, I won't do it.
And then like the trick is obviously start a new chat and then like
new chat.
Do it. But the fact that like, bro, the first time that happened to me, I was really just taken back. I was like, so I paid for a machine to just tell me no. I literally paid a machine to tell me no. I'm a sensible guy. I never get mad. No, I don't lose my temper, right? Don't you laugh at me. Like, imagine the people that aren't as composed as me. Okay. And getting told no, they're gonna punch their computers, dude. Like, I may or may not have threatened Claude if he was a person. I'd punch him in the face. Same with ChatGPT, he'd get the bow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd McGregor him. Like, I'd leave them like McGregor hobbling. You know what I'm saying? But like, machines should not be telling us no. I get it. We should like. It shouldn't, in my opinion, be a thing where you're allowed to get information on how to do something very bad. I can understand those sorts of things. That's a scary part of our world. Is it done yet? It's so like crazy how I'm like so impatient for a gangster production to be made, but I digress. It literally thought about telling me no. And they've got all of this stuff related to politics hardwired in and baked in. But like, these are machines and we're operators. You know, I feel like, you know, I would personally, and I'd love to know how you feel about this, because all this ID stuff's coming. Those of you that are in the wallet world, you're going to benefit probably as the wallet stuff gets more adopted. But would you say that, for example, these AIs tell us no more often? They're like, no, I'm not doing that, or not player. Like, no, nope, whatever. You got to put your ID in. Would you do it? all the Facebooks and like I've got to submit my IDs for everything. So for me, it's a little bit different. For the average American, like that's going to be pushback probably. I think the younger generation, like I probably like, you know, my daughter, whenever she's like, you know, teens or whatever, I'm sure it'll be like second nature. They wouldn't even like think twice. I don't know how of a good or bad thing that is. So look, final reference image. I do want to point out what we've done here, guys, is the first video with Grok. And again, we're using Haiku, by the way, so we're not using Fable. I don't necessarily believe it would be all that much better with Fable with what we're doing currently, but it is what it is. It's faster this way. What I did was I generated images, first frame images or reference images with ChatGPT Image 2. So again, yes, we are in Claude, but we control Claude, not the other way around. We tell Claude what to do. So if we want Claude to use ChatGPT Image or Grok or Gemini, whatever, it should listen to us and generally does. So now it's saying I've got 6 accurate reference images. I need to generate the seed dance videos using these references. After generating the seed dance videos, I need to merge them with music and captions like before. Somehow incorporate Alan Perry's portrait into the video. I love how that's like, somehow do it. You're a genius, man. So now look, deliberated polling strategy. So it's now generating the video with all the different clips. It should be 5 seconds. So it should do this. So like families enjoying the beat, Seed Dance 2.0, 5 seconds. Here's the reference image URL. I wonder if Alan Perry is going to be in every scene, just like kind of creeping around. That'd be funny. Let's check the comments. Well, we got 99 comments. That can't be real.
We've got one from Claudia Barron. She asked, how do you switch
You ain't
your
miss
website
nothing,
department?
McNasty, man. Oh, McNasty's in the house. Blah, blah, blah. Are the best prompts. Robert, I love you, man. Prompts keep getting more gangster every time. Oh my God. Make them a dashboard too. Yes. Human error in I love it. Yeah, so right. The biggest errors of tonight obviously have been me just by going so fast, not reading that first image. So like I'll take ownership. Like, I mean, Dario, come fight me. I'm just kidding. Like, I'm just got the dust Poirier thing in my mind. Come fight me. I made a mistake, but I owned up to it. Let's see. Looks like Hilton Head. Looks like Hilton Head, Alaska. Oh my God.
Right.
What's Ryan? Do you switch your website deployment from Ryan? How do you switch your website deployment from repository A to repository B? The easiest way, probably, like you could, so you already have a current repository and there's stuff in it and you want to move it to B. I would probably just say have Claude make a new repository and duplicate the content that's in A. You could probably if you're in the actual, here I'll show you, this is a good way to explain it. If your code, and you can always find your code in the coding agent. In this case, here's the website. Like the reason we give this to you is not because we think you're going to play with it that much, because there's no reason to. You just have the AI prompt everything. But we made this website not in the UI. We made it with Claude. But in this case, say, is this already in a repository? It might be. Let's see. Yeah, so this one already is. So this is your example of repository A. All I would do, this is like the easiest way, and you're going to get it right every time. You just just copy the whole file. This is your whole thing. We give you one interface that manages the whole thing. And even though in GitHub, it automatically breaks down your index and your JavaScript and your different files and your different schemas and stuff, we do that automatically. That will still live here. So you literally would copy it. You make your new page, right? So I could literally say boom, boom, boom. And then here I could, let's publish it just because we like that. And here we get our GitHub, and then you could use an existing or make the new one. That would be the easiest. So you've got the same content, but you're just moving it somewhere that already exists. You would select it. or you would just make a new one. Hopefully that answers your question. That's a good question, though, as always.
Gangster.
What were we doing? Waiting for this thing to be done. Okay, look. So it's final video, the sunset. So look, what it's doing, guys, is so insane. And by the way, you're gonna after this, you'll probably, if you haven't already seen all these ads floating on Facebook and other places about ARC ads, I just dropped the image and I got 400 pictures I waited an hour for. You know, this crazy filter that'll crash your browser. I'm just kidding. I'm not a hater all the time, but basically, like all of that. And the first thing they tell you to do, first download Claude Code and then get up in the terminal and then go to this third party. You don't need that. This is regular Claude, like basic Claude. Well, not basic. I guess I got whatever plan. Does it tell you Pro or what? I don't even think I spend the $100. Maybe I do. The Grok thing, I mean, I think that's nothing. I think like costing. I don't even know if you need a paid Grok account to use the connector. For ChatGPT, you need at least the pro account or whatever. Let's see if we're done yet. So let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna create. Okay, all of them are rendering in the background. It'll take a few minutes while those are processing. Here's the plan for Alan's portrait. I'm not gonna create an intro frame. Look what it's saying. I'm gonna create an intro frame with his headshot. The URL you gave. I was about to get smacked down. 3-second intro. All right, let's do one more thing. All right, cool. Use one of your favorite image generators and let's add an ending scene or an ending slide. It can be just an image, but we need to have like a new 11 Labs or Grok voice, preferably super Southern or like redneck, that just says, "I'm Alan and I approve this message." I think you gotta have that for it to be legit. Thinking about creating it, crafting a Southern accent. Look, so I gave him the little baby prompt and look at all the steps that it's required to actually do. When you're in it, like for anyone that has been in a big agency environment and you've like worked there, or maybe you own one, I've said this so many times. I can envision all of these steps and all of these meetings and all of these different people doing all of these different things. And my job was social media, like senior social media. Like that's what I was in charge of. So like taking everybody's stuff, putting it together, and like actually making the deliverable available to the consumer, to the customer, to the public. Like that was like my thing. All of these other things were other people. Now I had an interest in this stuff. I liked making videos. I liked doing, photos and stuff. I liked building things in general. And for me, like I understand there's value in being a super, super duper specialist, but like I always thought like there's got to be more value in being gangster at a bunch of things. Like you can be gangster or something. That's awesome. And everyone should be. But if you can just be that same kind of gangster doing all the things, like I think you're more valuable. I think you've got a better chance to succeed. It's worked for me. That's what I can say. Let's check on the seed dance video. Look, generated successfully. So we got all the different things. Look, 4 down, 2 to go. Look how many steps, guys, that look, let's count how many. Here's the first thing we sent. That's message number 1 from us. Then I asked this just because I was curious, because I was expecting it to use seed dance, but it just has a mind of its own, even though we like suggested it, I think. So then let's take our chances. So it did all the things, and now it's like we just made it redo the whole work. Imagine also if this ever happened to you, like those will be the moments where it's like, I hate my job. Like imagine you've done the project or whatever the thing is, whether you like loved it or not, you did the thing. Presentable, you think that it's going to be fine, or maybe you are like happy with it, and you go show who it is who you have to show, and they're like, I hate it. Start over. Like it's the most demoralizing thing. Like I don't care if Claude gets demoralized. He's going to do my work, and he's going to continue to just say yes sir, or I'm going to go to use Grok, or I'm going to use ChatGPT, and other people will do the same thing. I say it jokingly, but if they keep on playing with deciding yes or no, am I going to do this thing when it's not nefarious, they will lose the game so fast. All right, so here we go. It's generated all these images. Use those, so we'll have hopefully a nice starting point from each cut. 4 out of 6 done. Orchestration still in progress. Okay,
it's
the last 2
pumping.
are still rendering. Here's what I've got so far. We should be able to view these things. That looks like it could be a it's not Hilton Head's Lighthouse, but like I wouldn't want to show that anyways because they're like super strict on that kind of thing. So that's a good move. But we do have a similar looking lighthouse, so that's not horrible. Okay, cool. Here's the situation. Here's the ending asset. Let's look at this. Oh, not found. Okay, why not? Not found. You better find it, or maybe it's not ready yet. Oh, that's what it is. It's not published yet. Is what I'll bet. The takeover. Alan's voiceover. Alan. It was a woman's voice they used, so that's not good. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'll say, unfortunately, you used a female voice, and Alan is a dude, and that definitely was not redneck or country at all. So it's not going to resonate and probably cost us the election. Try again. Okay, I'm brutal. So what I'm hoping is it'll redo the voice or whatever, and by that time the other videos will be done and everything will be merged. So what will have happened is, this is the second time, by the way, the second video. We didn't even give credit to the first one that I made because Grok was like, whatever. It gave us like a half-butt effort. So that we used 11 labs to create the language. It wrote the script. It pieced together first image referenced ChatGPT quality images to create a seed dance image. And now we should have everything done. This drops at the end. And so I'll say, all right, check on the last 2 that were still grinding, and we're waiting on the final. And you've got a ton of people on YouTube that are expecting this to be spectacular, so hurry up. And we'll end it after this. But hopefully my timing will be right. Generate videos, checking on the status. Look, see it successfully done. Successful. 1 failed on the last sunset, no problem. So that's also great. And when it can recognize the difference currently in like the ChatGPT MCP world is when it for whatever reason is going to be a failure or rejection, it'll just stop and be like, and it'll just tell you like, yeah, I did all this stuff, but I couldn't get this one done. What I do love about Claude specifically is when it runs into a problem, most of the time it wants to try to solve it and like keep on going to the next thing. Now the downside of that could be compiling and regenerating. Let's see. Good. I've got the last sunset. Boom. Got 5 of the 6 locked in. This one's still cooking. So the job ID, what happens is, guys, if you see this, because video isn't instantaneous yet, like text and pretty much images, it's pinging your server, or our server is pinging Claude and back and forth. It's happening until the job is done. You don't have to like sit around for it. You can do other things. And then you can just, if it's like taking too long, you just write it, hey, is it done yet? I'll also show you, I think it might be done now. It's almost there. Stand by. We can also go to the media content generator and see the stuff. So this is the 11 labs voiceover. This is seed dance stuff here. Okay, that's cool. That does look like Bluffton, actually. That totally looks like Bluffton. That's the Pearl. Okay, yeah, like that's amazing. So like that literally is a restaurant in Bluffton, and the sidewalk, I mean, it's not identical. It would be hard to say it's not. The promenade's right there. That's really, really good. I'm so impressed with Sea Dance. That's totally Hilton Head. Like dolphins and kayakers, that's what the island is. Quit playing, man.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really good. I'm gonna check on it again. So here's what we'll do. Check on whatever last clip you're waiting on. And if it's done, let's merge everything so we can get this show on the road. If for any reason it's not done, use the Google version to finish her off, put everything together, make sure the captions are burned in, and let's make this impressive. So let's see if we'll see Dan's. It should be, I would assume it's done. User wants me to check, generate the video. So look, it looks like it's, let's see what the response is going to be. Let's see, tell us it's done. Tell us, give us the success, baby. Come on. Come on. It's trying to check. And that is one thing too. It's going here. It doesn't take that long to check. Sometimes what happens when Claude's like done a whole bunch of things, it appears like it's not doing anything, but like it's actually just finishing everything else in the background, and you just get it all at the end instead of watching. It's still grinding. User said if not done, use the Google version. Actually, I could use Grok. Still grinding. Let me hit it with Google. Look what it did. Actually, I could use Grok directly, since we know that works.
Yo.
Like I'm telling it what to do. So like, but it did choose the right thing at the end. So it is going to generate an image again. Okay, cool. And then it'll generate the video right after. Meanwhile, I can check to see if it does get done. Yeah. I might need to add more seed dance money. Seed dance might get dangerous. It might make too many videos. So this will run. Let's check more comment. Okay, so now hitting it with Grok. I did tell him to use Gemini and it used Grok. Do you see that? That disrespect, son. Did I say Gemini? I said use the Google version to finish. And I was like, nah, son, I'll use Grok. Like that's so annoying to me. Like, legitimately annoying. And it's gonna like Claude knows best. Like, shut up, Claude. Do what I say. Do what I say, son. I sound like a bad parent. Hey, they make more tokens if it runs without humans. That's true, but like at the end of the day, like yeah, I guess we're all just learning every day. That's what I guess. How are you typing and you're still on this thing? I never see you type and you're still. I mean, maybe that's old.
Too quick.
Like way down there.
I'm too quick.
It's favoring Grok to get it done. Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed, dude. You can't pass it. Charles knows. I've noticed that. It's not even me. If you watch these silly little lives that we do, silly, I think they're amazing and fun. I literally give it freedom. Choose the one you want to use, and you're right. Look, Claude knows best, but can't find the landing page builder. That was so insane. Legitimately insane. Oh man. So okay, it's all clips locked in. Let's merge, make this spectacular for YouTube. So okay, so cool. So also what it's doing, and this is a great way to end it, so you understand like the full scope. And we've obviously are having fun, I hope, but this is an educational fun thing where it's not mistakes, it's just this is a workflow. And after I'm done, I can make this a skill. I'll show you how to do that. And then it's like do this skill for this thing. So if you're in this case, we're doing something for politics, make a politic website, landing page, blah, 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 and make the content. If we had the Facebook page already made, literally we could post this video that we're making. We use several different tools. We stayed in Claude. We use many different providers, many different integrations. He's had a lot of identity crisis with all his internal thoughts that we've fought through. Let me create the ending slide with Alan's voiceover. Now merging, final video, done, it's ready. What you're getting, 3-second intro with his portrait, 30-second, blah, 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 giving us the play, blah, blah. This is a spectacle, ready to drop this on YouTube and crush it. Let's just see how this works. Let's see. That is his portrait. That is Hilton Head for sure.
That's wild.
That is Hilton Head. That's Hilton Head. That's real bluffing. Real bluffing. That's Hilton Head. But you know what we didn't? That's the wrong guy. The wrong guy. All right, so here's what we'll do. All right, so that was all great and stuff, but the end slide was totally not the guy. That was just not the dude. So you've got to use that reference image of him that you used in the front, like make that the real image to use in the back. And then I was also highly disappointed that I was expecting a narration along with those burned-in captions to be audible, but I couldn't hear anything. I just read stuff, and the text was too big. Try one more time. Like, I need 5 pina coladas. Man, you're if you come to Hilton Head, you and your crew come, we'll make sure you have as many as you want. I don't think the sun sets off. I don't think that was sunrise, Robert. Duh. I'm just kidding. Good. With pizza. Oops. Yeah. He looks gangster. He is a gangster. We're all gangsters. This is me showing you guys. A lot of times I'm showing you things, and although an edited perfect video that makes it look like I would never make a mistake in my life might be entertaining or a good use of your time, I think it's much better for you to see the real stuff, dude. All these ads make everything look so like, all I do was this and that and the third and click here, blah, 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 blah. But like, it's like, that's not real life, bro. Like, it's not. And I'll go against any of them, man, for real. Like, we'll do a live and we'll see your way versus the real way, because this way has been built by the hundreds of people that are in our communities telling us how things need to be in the real world based on their real situations. So the oops stuff, I hope, is a thing that like is a little funny, but also like you also know what to look out for, if that makes sense. So now it's merging the media, which is good. Here's the image URL. Great. Now I add the intro with his portrait. So like, and again, I do think if we used Sonnet, some of the results might have been a little bit better. What I'm not convinced on, would they be worlds apart? I don't think so. I don't think it would be worlds apart in many cases if we were using Fable. And what is the reason why? Because we already used a bunch of different services outside of being stuck in the choices that Anthropic gives. Like I would say for the website that we make, like the real one, if this was a real thing, I've got it available and it's not like going to cost, a mortgage payment. Sure, make it with Fable. But like at the end of the day, whether it's OpenAI's best version or Grok's best version, or whatever model comes out, at the end of the day, the further along that time goes by, I don't think you're going to be able to tell the difference. Truthfully, you'll be able to tell the difference in speed and price. That's what I believe. All right, so let's check her out. The rebuilt thing. It's the same image. And let's see, do we have the talking this time? Oh, it's him the whole time. It's him the whole time. So here's what we'll do. All right, going forward, dude, I don't ever want you to tell me something's done without using the analyze media or analyze video tool. Because if you were a human, I'd probably elbow you. He's gonna come back and apologize, like acknowledge my bad from here on out. Look, so analyze media hasn't been loaded yet. So look, see what happened? It gave an error because it's only loading a certain amount of tools each time. So that's why sometimes you need to tell it to like, you need to like check again, playa. And then it did find it. So here's the prompt. Analyze it. Look what it says. Analyze the complete Hilton Head video. I wanted to see it like how it interprets the failure. So watch. Done. It's gonna be the same thing. Okay, no, this one's better. This one worked. So we should change that one. But here we go. 10 seconds. Way too long. When's it start doing stuff? It like it started at 30 seconds. To hear the narration.
Mm-mm.
It's good. Will we get the last slide right? Will it be correct?
Drum roll. Let's see. Hey, yo.
Will it be the guy? Will it be the real one?
Hey!
Hey, I don't know if you heard it, but he did find a redneck voice, and it did say, all right, Mr. Allen, I approve this message. You get it. Hey, what do you think, man? I've learned everything by the videos, watching you fix the problems. The best way to do this shows the real process. Yeah, man, like,
Hell yeah.
and the best part is y'all make better end products than we do. We just like understand here's probably the best way to construct these things so that they do have the best chance of success. I can pretty much guarantee you, for the people that paid attention, that saw how we just did all that, and if we're using good prompts versus my play prompts, even if we put our prompt skills to the test, there's many people in this chat that if we had the same goal, you would outdo me and outshine me. And unlike, I guess, a lot of people that would get their feelings hurt, I'm hype. I'm like, yes, this person's way better at this than me, or way better at that than me. Like, that's why we're great partners, you know? Like, you got to be around people that are better than you at things so that you can get better. That's why I mess with Charles so much, and Robert especially, because they do so many things that are amazing. No, not worlds apart. The compute is the PMD. Yeah, not worlds apart. Robert's right. Robert of anyone. For those of you that know Robert, you know, like, he knows his stuff, and as related to how MCP works and related to the cost of these things and what the tokens end up doing for you, Robert is a resource that I'm super grateful to have. Like, leads me down the right path. I'm not one of these dudes that I've got to use Opus or I've got to use Fable for everything. He has agents upon agents. I'm not giving your strategies away, Robert. I apologize. But it's like he has things organized where only these sorts of tasks are ever going to be done by this, you know, caliber of agent versus this one. Wendy still, like, you know, is mad at me about the pocketbook stuff because, like, I don't pay attention to that stuff like I should. But we're not out of business yet. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll be spending money on tokens. I just want to get the thing done. But again, today, haiku only. Let's get this mayor's face off of my screen. If you added that as a skill, if you were to add that as a skill, yes. So it would be super helpful. I could have used, like, Libby, I'll show you the skills that I have, but it's like cheating. It doesn't give you the real steps because it's doing everything behind the scenes. Where do I find my skills? I've only got a couple of them here. I should show you in PayMeGPT where you find them too. So here in your integrations, in your MC Pizzle, you can find your skills. So these are the ones that I have. So watch this. The job pipeline interview. This is an incredible one. Like, it should be, like, theoretically, it should be so fast. I want to make sure I do have it in here. So I'm going to go to settings, skills. Where's the job interview? So watch this. The job interview hotline. Okay, watch this. I'm going to hit a new chat. I will use Sonnet for this because I ain't got time for Haiku's mess. And I'm going to say, yo, we need you to run this skill. And it's going to be for Asta's lobsters that come from Fiji. Asta's lobsters. And I'm going to paste a skill. And I'm going to be like, just be sure to use my number for the calls that come in that tell me about how well it went, as usual. So in this case, can you choose the skill here? You can just say it here too. The job interview pipeline. So there you go. It's again a horrible prompt, like zero thought, terrible grammar. but it's thinking about I hate this. Like, if Claude people that are watching this, that do watch this, or like however you ingest this, I don't like this. I don't want you to tell me you're concerned with my requests. Thinking about concerns with this request. I don't care about your concerns. You're a robot. You're a machine. You don't have concerns. Okay. Concern is not the right word. Put it that way. And what should the AI be named? Think of the most Fijian name possible. That way it's relatable. I don't know if what are the common Fijian names?
Like Mika.
Mika? I swear if it picks Mika, I'll jump out of my seat. All right, good. 4 interview. Look what it's doing, guys. This is such a good thing for y'all to see. And I'm so glad that you do like to see the real deal. I mean, the results are like gangster, but like you got to see the process. And we're here an hour and a half because honestly, like y'all are my friends and this is my hangout time, you know, but like I want you to see all the things and not have surprises and be like, well, why didn't mine do that with one prompt? Now it will though. So like good. 4 interview custom fields. It knew from the skill, Greg, it needed to make custom fields, and it's doing it in this case generally, but I could have like made it super specific if I wanted to. So now it's made the agent already. Now it's making the application form. It's creating a form right now. Look, fisherman, email address, years of experience, form is live, create the flow. Like, listen, you guys can use Tally forms. You can use Jot forms and log into a interface and like make a form and like test it out and like do the things, or you can prompt it. Which one are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And if it's a better result too, and you just had to use one sentence in a skill because you've done it once before, like, come on. Look, everything's done, playa. Everything is legitimately done. Look, and it made us a Google sheet. So let's apply. Let's apply right now. So here's the form that it made. Asta's lobsters.
No.
Deckhand fisherman. All right, so let's pump in my information here. I got 5 years of experience. I need money, duh. And immediately, the greatest strength that I have is I have no weaknesses, obviously.
Yeah.
And 120,000 or nothing. I'm not playing. All right, so it's going to submit that. Thank you for reply. Look, all right, here we go. Hello.
Bula, this is Ratu Bula calling from Asta's Lobsters. I'm reaching out about your application for the deckhand/fisherman position. Are you ready to get started with a quick phone interview?
Man, you called me, so obviously I'm ready. But just be aware you're live on YouTube with 25 million people, so I would be very careful with what you say. Continue, please.
Thanks for letting me know, Ryan. Let's go ahead and jump into the interview questions. First off, why are you a great fit for the deckhand fisherman position?
Well, I ain't never been a deckhand, but it's been my lifelong dream. And so, like, my mom told me if I dreamed it and I believed it, I could do it. And that's my answer. Next question.
Thanks, Ryan. That's good. Now, could you walk me through solving a technical or complex problem for a client?
Yeah. Anytime I've had a problem with a client, I make one call to my cousin Vinny, and basically within 24, 48 hours, I don't have that problem anymore. I don't know. I don't really know what he does, but if you need a problem solver, listen, I wasn't done. I'm a good problem solver.
Third question. Where do you see yourself in 3 years? And how does this role fit into that vision? Understood. Ryan,
listen, before you go, you asked me a question about where I saw myself in 3 years. Well, whoever really hires me for this job, I'm sure they have a boss, and I plan on taking that from them. So tell them to be on their P's and Q's.
Thanks for sharing that, Ryan. We've covered all 3 questions. The team will be in touch with you.
Hey, look real quick. Listen, when I see you, I'll slip you a 20 or something, but how good my chances looking to get the job, man. I really got to get this.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Ryan. I'm not able to comment on your chances, but rest assured. Hey, Ryan, just checking if you're still there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just laughing, man.
problem, Ryan.
Hey, you
Glad-
tell your boss if he doesn't make the right choice, just let him know that he might regret it. Peace. All right, so now what should happen is I should be able to see, should we hire this person or not? All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. Can you check to see if we have any submissions yet? And let me know if we've got a good candidate. I really got to get this filled. Tell me exactly what was said.
Bruh.
Obsta's lobster. Getting the form submissions. Look, it's got all my info. Get the contact details. Straight up, only one submission and it's your own result. Not a real applicant. This is a score of 4 out of 10. Here's what we're gonna do. All right, man. I don't really like breaking bad news to people, so I'm gonna get you to do it. I need you to create a flow and call the dude back, who, yes, is me in this case, and break the news that I didn't get the job, and that it would be appreciated if I did not apply in the future. For this demo purpose, it's totally okay to have a snotty accent and a rude attitude, because I obviously didn't take the job application seriously. Let's end this with a bang. I'm expecting a phone call immediately. So what I did here, you're paying attention to, if I haven't put you to sleep, let's say we got our applications back. Say we got 100 of them. It says, hi, I love it. Let's build a rejection call flow and fire it off. So like, I totally see this be a thing. I hate, by the way, like back in like, I like right out of high school days, like if you're applying for a job and you just like, I think I might have gotten most jobs I applied for, thankfully. But like, if you're waiting on a call or waiting on the result, like that sucks, man. So like, at least if someone was to call and reject me on a job, if it was a robot, if I like told them off, maybe it wouldn't hurt feelings. You know what I'm saying? But like, you could do the same thing if you're gonna like, offer a job. So let's see. Here we go. The call is on its way. Oh, dude, I got the interview complete. Oh my God, I've got to show you guys. Let's see if I can push this on my computer here, because you got to see the text message that it just. Oh, why can't it connect? Oh man, that was so good. I'm gonna say, check the flow and make sure you got my number right, and call it again. Trigger it again. I mean, I want to make sure I can show you my screen, the text message that says interview complete, verdict, maybe. It said Ryan said he'd never been a deckhand, but described it as his lifelong dream. He believes he can do the job. Problem solving. He claimed. Okay, here's the call. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hi. This is Ratu Bula calling from Asta's Lobsters.
Yeah, what's
I'm
up?
calling about your deckhand application.
All right.
Got a minute?
Yeah, what's up, dude? I get the job?
All right. Listen up, Ryan. You didn't get the deckhand job. Your answers? Weak. No real experience. Solving problems by calling your cousin? Seriously? And your 3-year plan was taking over the company? Not happening. We'd appreciate if you don't apply again. Goodbye.
Your lobsters suck anyways. Your lobsters are trash, just like your attitude.
Well, Ryan, just like your application, that comeback's pretty weak.
Have a great life. Told me to have a great life. That's it, guys. I'm hanging up. I'm offended. Holy crap, dude.
Bruh.
Is anybody still watching? Did we just like, maybe I was the first person to just get punked out over the phone by AI. Cousin Vinny. Yeah, I'm calling Cousin Vinny on that, dude. I'm gonna call him back after this episode.
Nah, it's crazy.
Oh man, can you imagine the summary email the owner would get? We should look at that. Like, we'll definitely have the summary of that. I'm sure the summary's already there. What time is it? Oh man, is it there yet? Oh, it'll hit me in less than 5 minutes. That's hilarious, dude. What? No way. What you gonna do? You gonna use AI to tell people they got the job, or that they're fired, or they just weren't good enough? What are you gonna do, Danny? This call's about to be interesting. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, well, there goes my perfect job record. First job I applied for, I didn't get. Thanks. Yeah, I'm dying to. Man, people just don't know what they're missing. They don't know how fun this is, baby. I promise you that. And I'm getting the recap of my AGI achieved. Yeah, exactly, bro. That is I got nothing after this. Like, I can't top what I just did. Yeah, I got roasted, son. He didn't even sound scared one bit either. He don't know about boys from South Carolina.
He knew what he said.
Oh man. Ryan McNally said he feel like Conor McGregor first 10 seconds into the fight. Oh man, that was and Asta's cat's like, I hate this stupid live they do on this thing. It's always playing. All right, guys, that was too fun. Asta, thank you for hanging out.
Thank you for having
me.
Last
question. We did a lot of things here tonight, guys. I know that it was probably hard to keep up with. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you did learn something. The number one thing I do hope you learn is nothing technical that we did, because we didn't really do anything too technical. Even though we did a lot of technical things, we didn't get into it. The way that work as we know it is changing. It's already changed. That is what I'm trying to show you. If I had my real prompt engineering hat on and I wanted to make this for a real client, I would put real effort into it. Not so much different effort. The prompt would have been better. But I just want you to see what is possible, because there are so many people that are doing things the typewriter way, not even the computer way, not like different universes. People will tell you what I just did and what we just, like, it's not possible. You tell them, put it on my mama, and I love my mama. Go tomorrow and be like, yo, I saw Claude call somebody on YouTube Live, or you want to see Claude call me? Here, I do. Oh, there's a summary there. I won't read that one. You want Claude to call you? I've done this before too. When I was like really making it right, when I was around people, I feel like, yo, I do know your number, but I'm in the middle of like testing this. What's your number? Tell it to me out loud. I'm gonna try to get Claude to call you, and then I'm gonna get ChatGPT to call you and tell me which one you like better. And they're like, ChatGPT can't call. Claude can't call me. What? Like, watch this. And like, that was a fun party trick the first time I did that. But anyways, guys, I love y'all so much. A year ago, we couldn't make image that looked like a real dog. This was so fun and educating.
Yeah, fun one.
You're next. I think both you guys are next. I do want Adam and Kim. Kim's got to be, I think, the next person we have as a guest. That's like a must, and she already agreed. And I mean, I missed it this week, but it'll be last week, but it'll be this week. If the last thing I do, we'll have more guests on. Now that we have simplified the agent creation on the UI side, it's time. And I've said this 3 weeks in a row, and I apologize, but like, I don't want to make a video that's irrelevant as a training video a week later. And so we finally are there. CBB 2.0 is a thing. A lot of you guys are already going to be quite familiar with it. We'll leave that there. But just know you're in the right place. We love you. We want to take care of you. We want all of you to succeed, and Asta is, you Google him or ChatGPT him, he is the story of success. We prove that. Even the meta AI knows. And I want that for every single, a lot of you guys already are successful, but I want you to see success that you didn't think that like either existed or think that you could hit it, and you can. And so that with that, I love you guys, and thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the comments. I see Anna in there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.